The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene is alongside, and we are in the Ingalls studio. And it's time for another 2022 7-round mock draft, post-Senior Bowl style. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers.
They're all in and up against it cap-wise. I have no idea how they're going to figure out a way to keep Davante Adams or Robert Tunian or a slew of other players. But they claim to be all in, and I think they will find a way to do it.
All right. They have the number 28 overall pick in the first round of the draft.
Anybody that's watched mock drafts of mine for 3 years with Green Bay should take no surprise with what position they're going to select.
Get him a weapon. Just get him a weapon. Wide receiver.
For the love of God, take him a receiver.
Aaron Rodgers, if he stays, could have a wide receiver. He will. Wide receiver out of Alabama, Jameson Williams.
This, to me, is a perfect compliment to Davante Adams because of his ability to stretch the field. About the only thing that makes me nervous is he is coming off a torn ACL, which scares me a little bit. The thing that scares me a little bit more is the fact that he could not distance himself at Ohio State at all, like to have much of any role whatsoever, and now has vaulted all the way up into the back end of the first round. He's a good route runner. He's insanely fast. Obviously not going to run the combine, but I think he would have run in the 4.2s, high 4.2s, low 4.3s. Incredibly fast, and that's at 6'2", 190. Put him on the other side of Davante Adams. This is the guy that takes the top off, keeps it to where you can't double them both. So you can't double Davante and Jameson Williams. I think he'll be ready for the start of the season. This would make Aaron Rodgers very happy.
Absolutely. In the second round, at number 59 overall, Nick Benito, edge rusher out of Oklahoma.
Now, there's an entire possibility that you're going to lose some of the pass rush in some shape, form, or fashion. There's been rumors about Zadarius Smith. There's been rumors about Preston Smith. Nick Benito would give you the versatility to do anything that you needed to. Doesn't really matter what that means, because Benito can do, the nicest way I can say this, he's a jack of all trade, master of none. 6'3", 240, a really good pass rusher. He will be a standing 3-4 pass rusher the day he comes in the league. The thing that makes me nervous, can he hold up against the run? Will he ever be a 3-down guy? He's not bad enough at anything right now that I don't think he could do that. It just worries me that could be taken advantage of. He's hyper athletic. Going to run somewhere in the mid 4.5s at his size. The thing about him that's going to push him down is that he's very niche-y into the kind of defense that he can play in. Green Bay's defense is a perfect fit. I actually think he can play some interior linebacker too because he's that athletic. And in some sub packages, he's just a weapon that would give you the flexibility to get under the cap, keep Aaron Rodgers, whatever you need to do. Nick Benito in the second round.
In the third round, number 92 overall, there's an offensive lineman, Zach Tom.
Hey, speaking of versatility, that's the definition of what Zach Tom is, because he played every fucking position at Wake Forest. Literally. Started a game at all 5 positions at Wake Forest over the course of his almost 3,000 snaps at Wake.
Yikes.
The thing about him, he's another jack of all trades, master of none. I think his best path to being an immediate contributor would probably be at center. I think he would start at center for Green Bay immediately. Ultimately, I do believe he can play some right tackle. Having him next to Elgton Jenkins, who, by the way, is very versatile, this is one of my favorite team player pairings because this is something that Green Bay's always really liked. It is versatility. That's the best thing Zach Tom does. But I do think he has the ability to be an immediate starter at center.
All right. How about in the fourth round? 2 picks in the fourth round for the Green Bay Packers. The first one at 130 overall, linebacker out of Penn State, Jesse Lukita.
He had a great Senior Bowl. Had a strip sack fumble. He's hyper athletic. 6'3", 260, plays on the inside but can move to the outside. Has some of the same versatility. He's basically the exact opposite of Jesse Lukita, or of Nick Benito. I think he starts on the inside, but he can play on the outside if you want him to. Can play some Mike linebacker in a four-man front. Really, really good against the run. Needs to round off the pass rush. He was better in Mobile than I've ever seen him as a pass rusher, and that makes me a little nervous. But that's the highest level of competition he's ever played. So it was the biggest week of his life, and he stepped up to the plate. I have not moved him up as much as other people have because I think he's going to regress back to the mean over the course of the process. But you look at where Green Bay is. Devondre Campbell's a free agent. He had a great year. He's one of the best linebackers in the league. You need to find a way to bring him back. You pair him with Jesse Lukita, and you have a hell of a front seven that is now really young and not crazy expensive.
Well, why not keep adding to it? At 139 overall in the fourth round, you got a defensive tackle from Alabama, LeBrian Ray.
The thing that makes me nervous about him is that he was a hyped recruit, and he just never lived up to it. My hope is that he got washed out. There's just so much talent at Alabama, and I don't think he was necessarily a scheme fit. I see him as a 3-4 D end. I think that's his path to being a contributor in the NFL. Not a great pass rusher, not a great run stuffer, but he's usable at everything. No matter what it is you look for him to do, he can do it. Rotational piece, and hope you can unlock some of the potential that we saw when he was coming out of high school that never came out when he was at Alabama. He just didn't play enough. Over the course of, I think he played 38 games at Alabama and didn't break 1,000 snaps. That's a little unsettling because the best defensive coach in the country couldn't get it out of you. But maybe it's just he couldn't beat who was in front of him.
Just got lost in the shuffle. Yeah. Fifth round, 170 overall. How about giving him a tight end? Robert Tunian. He's going to walk in free agency, possibly. Could Cole Turner come in and be an impact tight end for Green Bay?
The thing about him is that I'm almost remiss to call him a tight end because right now he's not a tight end. He's a guy that just so happens to line up on the end of the line and catch passes.
Okay.
But he's an unbelievable athlete. 6'6", 245, probably going to run sub 4.7. Good enough hands. Really good intermediate route runner. Actually a threat over the top as well, which is rare for a tight end. And he's a good enough blocker. You really need to get the technique refined with him, but that just comes with work. This kid's going to require work. He's not going to be a come in and start day one, but I think he can contribute as a pass catcher day one, and I just have a weird feeling Aaron Rodgers would fall in love with him because he's not a great run blocker. He is the best pass blocking tight end in this draft class. Which is a weird thing to say coming out of Nevada because I don't know what they do. He has a weird set of skills that I think would blend nicely in Green Bay and would be a great value pick here.
At number 225 overall, seventh round pick, first of two for the Green Bay Packers, quarterback Jack Cohn from Notre Dame.
This is a deep projection because I think there's a lot of talent in Jack Cohn. He's really smart. Super accurate. And he's more athletic than you think. The problem is his decision making leaves a lot to be desired. And after 2,000 snaps, I don't know that that's going to get any better. This is kind of that old Green Bay Scott Wolf theory of you take a quarterback in every draft class. Jack Cohn's a guy that he deserves to be drafted. 3 years out project, probably never becomes better than a backup, but he will be very valuable in the quarterback room. It does a lot of things, very good teammate, very good leader. And I think he would benefit Jordan Love down the line.
At 246 overall, the final pick of the draft for the Green Bay Packers. In the seventh round, guard out of Tulsa, Chris Paul.
This might be my favorite pick of the draft because he played tackle at Tulsa, and I think as a guard he could come in and start right away. This would be the third interior lineman for Green Bay. If somebody got hurt, I think he could slide in at guard. Needs to He has very good feet. Needs to refine the technique because he did play tackle. So this is going to be learning a whole new position. The good thing is it takes away my biggest objection about him. He's very lead-footed, and speed rushers ate him alive. Now, he was on the other side of Tyler Smith, who nobody really wanted to screw with. So blitzes were often funneled at him. He's not really equipped for that, but you move him into guard. I think he's a player that could contribute right away and does project to be a starter in the NFL long term, probably a year out from that. But if eighth active offensive lineman, versatile, something obviously that I really like with the Green Bay Packers, and a very, very high upside. Got a real mean streak that I like. Got him in trouble a little bit in college, but if you move him inside the guard, kind of mitigates some of the overextending that he did.
All right, it could be a good draft class for the Green Bay Packers. Hopefully they will follow the plan here and actually get an impact receiver for Aaron Rodgers, something they've been needing for a while. I mean, aside from Davante Adams, of course. But starting it off with Jameson Williams out of Alabama, it's a great way to start a draft class. That's your 2022 7-round mock draft.
This is the first of 3 of these. I do one post-Senior Bowl, one after the Combine and free agency has calmed down, and then another that is released 2 days before the 2022 NFL Draft, April 28th, live in Las Vegas. If you like these picks, don't like these picks, or there's a player you would like to know how they fit with the Green Bay Packers, feel free to comment those in the comments of this video. I answer those on a daily basis. And the next one of these will be coming out at the end of March.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get all of our team-by-team content throughout the draft season. Post-Senior Bowl mock draft in the books for the Green Bay Packers. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and we will see you next time.